I was astounded. I was like, wait, I need to be at this auction. Hi guys, it's Mali and welcome to Let's Talk Personal Finance, the channel where we discuss how to make money and how to manage it. So, this other day, I was scrolling on Facebook when I came across an advert for a live auction for a 2-bedroom, 1 full bathroom, ground floor apartment with a private garden, 2 parking spots, and it's situated in this beautiful estate in Sunning Hill. And the shocking part of this was that the starting bid for the property was 500,000 rands. I knew I had to attend this auction. And so I did. So if you're considering buying a property on auction and you're not sure what to expect, or you're just curious what the procedure is for buying a property on auction, stay tuned. Once again, please note that none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you're looking for financial advice, please speak to a certified and registered financial advisor. So the typical on-site auction process is as follows. So firstly, once you click on the ad, like the one I saw, you then request a bidder's information pack and you familiarize yourself with the information provided. The next step is that you can view the property if you make an appointment to do so. Step 3 is to download the sales agreement or request one from the broker. So the sales agreement is the OTP, which is the offer to purchase. The fourth step is to arrive at the venue an hour prior to the auction and to sign the registration form. After you have signed the registration form, you then obtain a bidder's number, which you will then use to auction with, and then it's time for the auction. After the auction has ended, the highest bidder is to complete the sales agreement immediately. A 15% deposit must be paid into the trust account prior to leaving the auction. After this, the sale is subject to confirmation by the seller within 3 business days. Thereafter, from the date of acceptance, the purchaser must provide guarantees for the outstanding balance to the attorney within 21 days. After this process has been completed, the property is then officially sold in the eyes of the law, and it's time for the new owner to take occupation. So, after attending the auction itself, I couldn't help but feel that the person who had the highest bid for the property actually got a bad deal, which really surprised me because I've always thought that if you're going to be buying a property on auction, you're guaranteed to get a good deal, right? I then did some simple calculation to determine if the particular auction that I attended was favorable to the highest bidder or not. And let me tell you, the results were, well, if you're interested, keep on watching. So the highest bid for this property ended up being 855,000 rands. That is 355,000 rands more than the starting bid of 500,000 rands. Now, as part of the auction process, the highest bidder is required to pay 15% of their bid immediately after the auction is done. So this amount was 128,250 rands. Now, out of this 15% that they are required to pay immediately, 11.5% goes towards something called the bidder's premium and VAT for the bidder's premium. So 10% goes towards the bidder's premium and the remaining 1.5% goes towards the VAT for the bidder's premium. And this bidder's premium goes directly to the auction house. 11.5% of 855,000 rands is 98,000 rands, 325 25 rands. The remaining 3.5%, so this is the remaining amount from the 15%, it's now 3.5%, and that amounts to 29,925 rands, is then used as a deposit for the property. So this means that the bidder um, bought the house for 855,000 and only 29,925 rands of the 128,250 rands that they pay immediately after the auction actually goes towards the house. So this means that the highest bidder is still required to pay 855,000 rands minus the 29,925,000 rands, and this amounts to 825,075 rands. So in total, the highest bidder will ultimately pay 953,325 rands for the property. Now, please keep in mind that this amount is before any transfer costs, is also before any bond registration costs, assuming that the highest bidder is going to obtain a loan to pay for the rest of the property. Now, this sounded like an enormous amount of money. And honestly, it seemed to me like the highest bidder did not get a good deal. But in order to confirm this, I then hopped onto private property, I think, or was it Property 24, one of those, and then I tried to determine the market value of this property. Now, I did this by looking for other 2-bedroom apartments that were in the same estate, and then I compared the two properties and the prices that they were actually going for. And my goodness, I found some very interesting things. Now, the other property that I found is also, like I mentioned before, a 2-bedroom apartment. It has 1 full bath, like the aforementioned property, but it is not a ground floor apartment. So this is like a first or a second floor apartment. And the upside though is that it has a larger floor area. So it is 111 square meters, whereas the property that was on auction was 78 square meters. Now, this property also has a loft. So it's a 2-bedroom property and it has a loft. And it has this massive balcony. And the most shocking part is that this property was going around for 969,000 rands. Yes, guys, you heard me, 969,000 rands. That's just a couple of rands more than the other property that was on auction. And I'm confident that if you were to buy this property that was listed on private property, you had the opportunity to negotiate with the seller and ask them to remove maybe an extra 10K or an extra 20K, which would make the price of this property equivalent to the price of the property that was sold on auction. Yeah, I was quite surprised when I saw this. So the moral and the purpose of this video is to just illustrate that not every property that is sold on auction is a good deal for the person for the person buying the property. It's not guaranteed. The best thing that you can do if you want to buy a property on auction is to do calculations. So beforehand, before you even go to bid, do some market research, try and determine how much the property is actually worth compared to other properties that are either in the same estate or in the same location. Secondly, set a limit for yourself. So before you start bidding, have a limit. Okay, tell yourself, you know what, the maximum amount of money I'm prepared to pay is like 800,000 rands. That way, when you are bidding and the bidding amount goes above 800,000 rands, then you know that it's better for you to just not buy that property, and you're probably going to get a better deal if you just buy a property directly from a seller. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it opened up your minds. I hope it got you thinking. This whole experience of going to an auction definitely opened up my mind. Yeah, and yeah, it was quite surprising for me. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, you want to share it with your friends, please do that. I'll greatly appreciate it. And if you like if you like videos like this, please subscribe, because I'm planning on keeping this content going. And remember, guys, you're never too old or too young to talk about personal finance. Toodles!